All right, Colaberry, the work of the future solver. So, what is the work of the future solver? Well, what is the work of the future? It's changing very rapidly every day, isn't it? Um, this coronavirus is running wild and rampant. People aren't able to return back to work. There was already projected to be a shortage of jobs due to automation, but it seems like with the virus, things have kind of come along faster. It's like moved forward. So, what our work is involved in is what does that job of the future look like, right? You can't have the same mindset that we've always had because jobs are changing and we see that happening now. Just with the pandemic, different type of jobs are going to come available that haven't been, available before. And that's going to cause us to have to change. So, at Colaberry, we focus on those jobs that will still be going strong even after all of this is said and done and automation starts to take over. These jobs will always be needed by companies. And I'll talk more as we go through about what the work of the future solver really is. So, and to understand why there's so many jobs in data and why data, that's all you hear about. That's all you see nowadays. That's all you hear about. Data is everywhere. Well, why did that happen? How did that just sneak up on us? Well, to understand it, you got to kind of look back at the history of technology in America. And going back 1400, you have your first piece of technology, which is the printing press. And it wasn't another 200 years before the next technology came out, the telescope. And as you can see, as we round out into the 21st century, you see the exponential growth of technology now. Microprocessor, word processor, DS, Windows, internet, cell phones, DVD, hybrid cars. All right, then you got all of the social media. The thing about all of these technologies is they collect data, okay, continuously and all the time. And so now, as you build a technology, you notice someone else comes and uses that technology as a starting point, right? And then someone else builds something, and then the next person comes around and uses that technology as a starting point. And what this produces is an exponential growth. And that's what we're going through right now is an exponential growth in technology. And reality is 65%, okay, hear me out, 65% of kids starting school right now, your 5-year-olds, your 6-year-olds, 65% of them will work in a job that does not yet exist. Okay, think about that. Okay, when we were young, our parents kept telling us we needed to be doctors and lawyers, right? Everybody needed to be a doctor or a lawyer. And now 65% of our children will work in a job that hasn't even been thought of yet. And not only that, but 40 to 50% of our jobs are going to be affected in the next 15 years. All right. There's 3 phases of automation set to hit going through the mid 3030s before it reaches full capacity. And that's the AI, the artificial intelligence, all of those things. And once it's set its course, it's going to affect about half of our jobs. Okay. And when these wheels get set in motion, it's going to cause automation and it's going to cause a lot of things, a lot of manual processes to be able to get built and be able to execute faster, stronger, better, more consistent. And that's what clients or that's what companies want because it increases their bottom line. Now, you look at a robot and you say, oh, they're taking our jobs, they're taking our jobs. But reality is, while displacing 28% of workers, it's bringing 35% better opportunity in advanced robots and systems. So they're actually creating jobs as well. All right. Now, you take away from the manual jobs, okay, and then you have all of this extra data to analyze, to discover things, to create a competitive advantage. And so you have this process of automation taking over. It's taking jobs, but it's really translating the world. Okay. Now, in order to work, you have to have more of a thinking mentality. And this chart shows it. When you look at, and this is nothing new, all right? When you look at, when you're classifying a job, you have routine, non-routine. Am I doing the same thing over and over again? Or am I, is it just, or I have to be, on top of my game, or it's something different every day. And then you ask yourself, is it cognitive, meaning I got to think on my feet, or, just kind of think, right? And then, or is it manual, something that I'm going out and having to manually do? So when you break those jobs down, you see routine cognitive and routine manual have been going like this throughout. Look, you see this goes back to the 80s. But then you look at non-routine. So non-routine, meaning you're not doing the same thing. You have to think on your feet, okay? You have to, an example of non-routine manual would be like a carpenter, right? Or, someone who goes and builds stuff and puts together things. It's something different each time, right? And then non-routine cognitive, nothing's the same, and you have to be on top. Everything's always changing. You got to think on your feet. Those jobs have been skyrocketing forever, okay? Because everyone is not ready for those type of jobs. But there's an abundance of them. They're out there, so you just got to get the skills. So what does it take to get those type of skills? Well, with this surge of data, you have to become data literate. So what is data literacy? Well, it's a combination of all of the things that you see right here. It's understanding the process of collecting the data, understanding how to transform and model the data. The data won't always come in the right format. You got to know how to move things around and fit it and move things. And then you need to learn how to visualize the data, okay? Data is just like a spreadsheet, rows and columns, that's it, okay? You look at it, you get cross-eyed. There's nothing to see there, no color, no nothing, right? But when you visualize it, now you're able to tell people patterns in the data. You're able to show that, you're able to see that. And as a result, you can make better business decisions that give you a strategic advantage in the market. And that's what the companies are looking for. And then last but not least is the ability to communicate. All right. It does not make a sense if you know something, but you can't communicate that to the business. Okay. They're not going to make big money decisions based on something that they don't know. Okay. And so, or can't explain. So it's very important that your communication flows with all these skills, and the combination of these skills, the combination of these understanding make you data literate. Even if you're not on, every job moving forward, you will have to either work with data or analyze data. Okay. Every single job moving forward, you will have to either work with data or analyze data. You'll have to analyze the data to make a better decision. Okay, So either way, you're going to be involved with data. And so what is data? Specifically, what is data analytics? That is the scientific process of transforming data into insight for making better decisions, offering new opportunities for a competitive advantage. All right, make no mistake about it, it is about the money. Okay? When you are able to use your data and transform your data, you can see things, okay? With artificial intelligence, which is just analyzing large amounts of data, then you can start to predict things, okay? History repeats itself. So if you can grab the pattern, then you can see what's going to happen. All right. And then when you apply these principles to business, you can start anticipating what your customers will do. And the better you understand your customers, the more favorable experience you're going to give to them. And the more comfortable they are doing business with you, the more their money they're going to spend. Okay. Anybody heard of Amazon? Everybody's heard of Amazon. Everybody loves Amazon, right? Why? Because the user experience is just so awesome, right? I'm one click away from looking at something else that other people bought that I didn't even know I want, but now I want because I see it. It's just putting the right thing at the right place at the right time, right? They can understand the way people click. Oh, people that like this product, they click on this and they purchase this percentage of the time. If you understand that, then you just put that picture right there. People are going to be like, oh, that's cool. Didn't even know it, right? They pick up on your tendencies and then create a better experience for you, because you don't want to see things that you're not going to buy. If you had your pick, and you walk through the store, you would only be presented with things that fit you perfectly, that look the way you want it to look, right? You want a favorable experience anywhere you go. And so that's what data provides companies. It provides them the ability to see what's happening and then make decisions, or better decisions, because of that. So what does Colaberry do? Colaberry, we do training, of course. We also mentor internships, and the same thing that we teach, we do for companies, okay? So the entire mechanism, okay, is we train people to get to the basically to get to the edge of technology, okay? When a baby is born, it doesn't matter what generation, what century they were brought up in. They're going to adapt to whatever they are, right? 100 years from now, when we have flying cars going around, and you said kids will be able to learn how to fly the car, right? How do they do that? We don't even know how to do that. Well, they just progress as time goes on. So same thing with technology. Technology is always moving forward. New tools, new systems, new ideas, new technology. And so what we focus on is what is leading the charge right now in data analytics and data science. And that's what we focus on. Okay. So we get you all the way to the edge of technology, meaning we get you in the best tools of what people are using to drive this industry forward. So you are essentially at the edge of technology. And so we use to get you there, and we accelerate this process. We use artificial intelligence to accelerate your learning to get you to the edge of technology, so then you can contribute, okay? The goal is to get you there so then you can help move the needle. You can help push the movement. And that's what this is about. And so throughout that process, we use a combination of training, mentoring, internship, and consulting to bring everyone to the edge of technology, to where we can start pushing this thing forward together. Now, what does that take? Well, If you join Colaberry, there is a 2-semester boot camp. All right. Semester 1 is more like you. Um, it's very, very structured. Okay. You have classes 2 days per week. It'll be on Tuesday and Saturday morning. Okay. Tuesday evening, 6:30 to 9. Saturday, 9 to 1. Now, you need to put in 15, you have to have 15 to 20 hours per week outside the class. Let's do the numbers. So if we go there 2 days a week, okay, we spend about 3 hours, that's 6 hours. That 6 hours does not count in this 15 to 20 hours that you need to spend, okay? So it's more like 25 to 30 hours, okay, when you add in the class time. If you do not have this 15 to 20 hours per week to dedicate this program, I suggest you not take it at this time, okay? It's not a miracle program. You don't just show up and then all of a sudden the information pops in your head. No, it doesn't work like that. The reason it doesn't work like that is because everything we do is hands-on, okay? Everything we do is you writing the code, you going through the process, you problem solving, you Googling, you searching, you finding things, understanding this, getting that muscle memory to where you see an error and you remember, oh yeah, I remember I had that error. You got to get used to this stuff. You can't just be, oh, I don't know what that is. No, you have to become a good problem solver through this process. All right. And we help you by putting the data in front of you, letting you understand how your decision making during the class is affecting your standing. All right. Because it is it's very taxing on your time, okay? And it will continue to push you. But you make it through, you will be the type of employee that companies fight over, because your skills and what you bring to the table as part of this data revolution is going to be undeniable. All right. Now, it will take a lot of work, but it's very doable. Now, that is the first semester. It's going to be 3 weeks. Okay. After this 3 weeks, you decide whether you would like to, if you complete the class, do you have an option to sign up for what we call IPBC, or Interview Prep Bootcamp. This part of the process is not 2 days a week. It's self-paced, okay? It's kind of taking the training wheels off, okay? We need to get you to project status. Project status means you're ready for the world. You got your mind and you're ready for problem solving, okay? And so you go from a classroom environment that's very hands-on to now, oh man, you're stuck. You got to figure out how to get your answers, okay? Whether that be through our systems or the internet or any of your resources. Now you start to feel the pressure of, oh, this is what it's like to have this deadline and need to submit this project and get it done on time. You're going to be assigned a mentor. All the mentors have been through this program before, okay? They've been through what you're going through, what you're going to go through, and they've all accomplished it. They've all come out the other end with a job. So who better to help you than someone who's gone through it? Everything, you're going to work on a real world project. You're going to work on a lot of projects as you go through here, okay? But these projects are more structured. And so we want to kind of get you in that element of completing projects and getting you in feeling better about that to where we completely put you out on the projects in the later part of the stage. Then you have your video platform. So throughout this process, you'll probably create anywhere from 40 to 70 videos. This is to help with your communication skills. Remember, we talked about being data literate. It's about communication skills. And at the end of the day, the communication skills will be the biggest reason you get your job. Okay? So it's very important that you're able to communicate what you know and not just, oh, I know it, I just don't know how to say it. That's not going to cut it. Okay? You got to be able to tell people what the data is saying. We help you prepare for the entire process. Okay? You don't have to have a resume coming in. You don't have to have any credentials. You don't even have to have any IT experience to take this program. As a matter of fact, most of the people that take this program have no IT experience. All right. So all you have to do is bring your hard work, your dedication. You will get knocked down. Okay. It's about keeping fighting and fighting and fighting and keep on working and keep on accelerating to where you are built for these type of jobs. Okay. This program builds you for these type of jobs. We saw the chart, the non-manual cognizant. Okay. It's a steep line. There's lots of jobs, but everybody's not ready to do it. Okay. Everyone's not ready to be held accountable. Everyone is not ready to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Cut out the excuses. Okay. Which are things that you need to know. You got to be patient. You got to be a good thinker. You got to be a problem solver. Okay. These are the type of characteristics that it takes to be successful in this job. And so when you figure that out and you make it through the program, then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to build you an online presence. Okay. And this online presence, it will have your, and we're focusing on what do the clients want. So if you look at what's boxed in red right here, these are what the client said are the dark blue is most important. And then you have somewhat important and then just kind of important. Okay. So the just focus on the first number. All right. That's what employers say is most important. Interpersonal skills. Okay. How do you detect a person's interpersonal skills? Well, you can watch a video of them. You're not going to get a whole lot, but at least you can detect some type of personality. You guys have probably made some assumptions about me just from today. I'm not going to mention that, but you will be able to, I told you, you'll create 40 to 70 videos. Now, these videos, you'll be able to put your best ones in your resume, okay? And then with this digital resume, clients will be able to come here, watch your videos, see what your delivery skills are, watch your communication, all right? We're giving them that right there in the resume. Now, what do employers want next? They want interview presentation. They want to see what your best you is. Again, we're going to be having these videos in here. You can have multiple videos in here. We're also, once you get to the end of IPBC, you join another program which is strictly dedicated to building your career. It's called the Career Accelerator Program. It's all part of the data analytics program. And here you will build projects, okay? And your projects will allow a company to come in and look at your profile and see the type of work that you built and see actually what your skills are. Because number 3 on the list is technical skills at 47%. So you will be able to show your interpersonal skills, your interview presentation, and your technical skills right here on your digital resume that everyone will get once you get towards the end of the program. Now, also, we have a marketplace, okay? Colaberry has created a marketplace. What is a marketplace? A marketplace is where you go buy things. What are you going to buy? You're going to buy a developer. You're going to buy a data analyst. You're going to buy you guys once you're able to be good enough to be getting paid for this stuff. All right. So when you get to the end of the program, you're going to be able to put a price and build a bio. Okay. This is a bio. This is what skills do you have? How much money do you want? Where's your portfolio? You're going to have a nice LinkedIn page, okay? With all of the things that you learn going through this program, it's going to go into this beefed up LinkedIn page, okay? And this LinkedIn page is going to be really nice, and it's going to really showcase your skills. And so when you look at what's next on the employer's list, is prior work experience. And that's what these projects are going to provide for you. Look, we don't have time for everyone to get 3 to 5 years experience. This data movement is happening now, okay? And the companies that are able to take advantage of it are the companies that will thrive. And every company wants it. Why? Because everyone knows, well, not everyone, but when you spend one developer, when you spend money on one BI developer or data analyst, you actually get 10 times your value. All right. When you spend the money on a BI developer, a data analyst, a company will receive 10 times their value. Okay. So they actually make money by hiring you. They make money by hiring you. All right. And so you have, towards the end of the program, you have this nice digital resume where they can watch you speak, look at your communication. They can look at the type of work and the type of projects that you've done. They can, you're on LinkedIn, you got a bio, you're right out there, you have this strong online presence. Now, how do you get a job? What's the process for that? Well, we talked about the marketplace. And remember, we're all about the work of the future, right? So are people going into face-to-face interviews right now? Absolutely. Well, some people are, but I'm like this left picture right here. I'm like, I'm not trying to do it. I'm trying to do it over here in the right picture, okay? This is what the work of the future looks like. People working from home. A lot of people during this pandemic, you know, some people lost their job that are alumni, but a lot of it was due to the type of business that they were working in. And the type of business started going down. But the majority of them kept their jobs. They just moved to working from home. They can do their same job from the house. And more than likely, what's going to happen for you guys is the same place you do your training here at Colaberry is the same place you're going to be working your 9 to 5 once you get placed. Okay? So that's just what this world is going to. That's what the work of the future is. The work of the future is you getting a job where you don't have to go out there and do manual labor and expose yourself to the virus because you can't make money by using the computer, okay? So these are going to give you these top skills. And this marketplace that we've created replicates the entire hiring process. So it looks like this. A company comes and puts a job in the system. It sends an email to all of the people on the site that are qualified for that job. If they show interest in the job, that gets to the client. The client looks at your profile, they like what they see, you guys have mutual interest. Once mutual interest, you like the job, they like you. Once mutual interest has been established, then it automatically sets up a communication channel where the client can now reach out to you via chat or via message, or they can schedule an interview with you directly through the app. Okay, at interview time, you log into the app, you do the interview directly through the app. Okay, and then once that's over, the client has the ability to come in and submit a verbal offer for you. by which you can take, you can decline it, you can counter it, or you can accept it. Okay. And so we've automated the entire hiring process to be done from your house. Okay. The same place that you've been training, you will be able to work, because we don't even know when society is going to go back to normal. All right. Or whatever our new normal is. We don't know when that's going to happen. And therefore, you got to be able to make money in the future of work. The future of work, as you can see here, is at the house. And don't take my word for it. We also won an award through MIT. We actually won 4 awards: Work of the Future Solver, General Motors Prize for Advanced Technologies, Artificial Intelligence for the Betterment of Humanity, and the Community Favorite Award. And here are just a few places where where some of our students work. Actually, you can probably go to almost any company that works in Microsoft, and you probably see somebody from Colaberry, especially in Dallas. So that is Colaberry, essentially, in a nutshell, what we provide and what we offer.